A story that's told about some workers who are leaving from their job up north in the more cold regions. It was near the Merrimack River. And in that river, they saw a man. The river was frozen over. The ice was kind of broken up. But you could see the water in between the big, large pieces of ice. And there was a man who somehow had gotten himself into the waters. And he was struggling. And these men recognized if they didn't do something to help him in his moment of need, that he would die. So the men who were on the shore grabbed some wood that they could find and start stretching it out to him so that he could grab a hold of it and pull him in to safety. The first piece of wood they stuck out there to him. He grabbed a hold of it. He started to come out of the water, but his hand slid right off of the wood. They tried another piece of wood. They threw it out to him again. He grabbed a hold of the wood, started to pull him in, and his hand slipped right off again. Both the man in the water and those who are on the shore recognized that this might be the last chance that they have to get him out of this water before he dies. And so they grab one last one. They are serious now. They want to be able to get this guy out of the water. They they get ready to stretch the thing out, and the man from the water yells out to them, and he says, "Send me the wooden end." What does that mean? Send me the wooden end. What does that mean? And they realized their mistake. The entire time they had been stretching out the icy end of the wood to him. And as a result of them stretching out the icy end of the wood, he could not grab a hold of the icy end. It was all frozen out there, and so the wood, all these wood, were kind of slick from the ice. And as a result, every time he tried to grab a hold of this piece of wood that was supposed to save him, his hands would slide right off. So his request, knowing that this might be the last chance for him to be saved, so they told him, "Send me the wooden end so I can have something to grab a hold of." Here's a question to you, brothers and sisters. How often are attempts to save our brothers and sisters from sin and from difficulty crusted with ice? How often are our attempts to be helpful, we include some hurt? In Ebed-Melech's example, he chose to do something that would help without any hurt. That he rescued the prophet of God out of the cistern, and in so doing made certain that he would not be hurt in the process. Are you helping others with this kind of quality?